It's just one of those days where you wake up wishing you were an investor. Hey, I could pretend. Yeah. Let's say I want to invest in Ruffles Medical Group. But how do I know it's really worth investing in? Well, I could use technical analysis, but I do want to know a little bit more into the company that I'm going to put my money in. So I suppose the best option for me would be fundamental analysis. Alright, before we get started, let's have some background into Raffles Medical. Well, Raffles Medical was established in 1976 by Dr. Liu Chun-Young and Dr. Alfred Low. The Raffles Medical Group currently has 74 multidisciplinary clinics across Singapore, which specializes in a variety of fields ranging from dentistry, x-rays, and minor surgeries. Its main flagship, Raffles Hospital, has specialist services such as obstetrics, gynecology, cardiology, oncology, and orthopedics. The clinics that you find in Singapore International Airport and Hong Kong's Chek Lap Kok International Airport are also managed by the Raffles Medical Group. Interesting. I didn't really know that. In 2005, they started to offer health financing under its subsidiary International Medical Insurers, also short IMI. Apart from that, RMG also have their own consumer healthcare division, which develops and distributes a full range of nutraceuticals, supplements and vitamins, and medical diagnostics equipment. My penmanship is admittingly not that great, so I'm gonna make use of PowerPoint from now on. Right, we are talking about fundamental analysis. We usually look into the products or services that the company provides, its financials, as well as the market trends to fully determine its worth. So we know what kind of services that RMG provides, but what is the market for them? Is there going to be a market for them in the future? And if so, how sustainable is this market going to be? So to answer that question, we actually do know that Singapore has been having an increasing demand for healthcare. MOH statistics showed that in February, more than 4 hospitals had bed occupancy rates of more than 85%. The waiting time to admission has also peaked at between 6 and 7 hours for some of these hospitals. Not ignoring the fact that there has also been an increasing aging population, there will be an increasing aging population in Singapore in the years to come. Therefore, an increase in demand for healthcare is almost inevitably expected. Now, good news though for Raffles Medical. Near the end of 2013, OCBC has named Raffles Medical to be the top healthcare provider for the year 2014. OCBC supported this with projected and estimated financials in 2013 and 2014, which we'll be looking into in just a minute, as well as RMG's good management standing. RMG has also discussed and made plans for expansion both locally and overseas, especially looking into that of penetrating the Chinese market. So let's take a look at its financials. For the second quarter of 2014, the earnings has seen an 8.1% growth from 2013, which was at 14.5 million to 15.7 million. Also, in 2013, RMG had cash totals of $265.9 million and a total debt of just $4.8 million. However, as of 30th June 2014, the cash has dropped to $130.6 million and a debt of $5.2 million. Now, there is some reason as to why the figures are so. But let's talk about the revenues first, which has increased from 86.8 million dollars in 2013 to $92.6 million in 2014. So the shares has also increased by 50%, which was initially 0.01 a year ago, to $0.015 per share. Right, we were talking about the numbers as to why it had dropped and the debt increased. So this is speculated to be because of the recent purchase of property, plant and equipment, which is estimated to cost around 190 million Sing dollars. The operating profits, however, have increased from $17.6 million in the second quarter of 2013 to $18.7 million in the corresponding quarter of 2014, which is a good sign. The PE ratio is also expected to increase from 20.2 in 2013 to 31.4% in 2014, which is technically a good sign, meaning that investors anticipate there will be a growth in Raffles Medical's finances. So let's talk about profitability in the short term. So we know that in 2013, 63% of total sales came from Raffles Hospital, 34% from its clinic, and 3% coming from its other investments holdings. So Raffles Medicals has also made plans to expand in the area of healthcare services, most likely meaning that there would be an increasing number of branches that they would have island-wide as well as overseas. So what about profitability in the long term? Raffles Medicals apparently has secured both local and overseas contracts in the past 6 months, so they do anticipate their profit margins to increase in the year 2014. There has also been installation of new medical equipment in Raffles Hospital. Raffles Hospital has announced a new addition of state-of-the-art medical technology recently with the introduction of its new nuclear medicine center on the 21st of July 2014. The center houses the new Siemens CT scanners as well as its MRI scanners, which, as you can see in the diagram, both allow for clearer and more dimensional scans. RMG reckons that the nuclear medicine center with its new technologies will be able to enhance the hospital's cancer diagnostics and treatment capabilities and concurrently increase its capacity for advanced imaging modalities. So let's talk a little bit about its strategies and what does the Raffles Medical Group have for plans in the long term. So part of RMG's long-term growth strategy includes the extension of Raffles Hospital. So it's the construction of the new medical and retail hub, which would be situated in Holland Village. RMG is finalizing development plans for Raffles Hospital, which may add 220,000 square feet to the gross floor area of the hospital itself. And as for the medical and retail hub, it is said to be a 5-story commercial building which would have 65,000 square feet of gross floor area, with 9,000 square feet of this to be earmarked to the Raffles Medical Group's medical and specialist services. So after saying all that, what is my final verdict of RMG? Well, so far, based on current reports, I would say it has a relatively stable outlook. I mean, so far its track record has proven to be quite good. Its financials for the second quarter of 2014 seems to be rock solid and does appear to be going on an upward trend. It has also created some measures to differentiate itself from the competition and also to shield itself for the future. So really, unless we're talking about really sudden unforeseen circumstances, then I would say that the market value wouldn't plummet too badly, and it would be a rather sound investment to make if I was to be an investor. So I suppose that's the end of my fundamental analysis from Raffles Medical Group, and thank you for watching.